Hi, my name is Senga Felekeni.
Hello there, my name is Mauwa
Mauwa and I were born in Tanzania in a refugee camp called Lugufu too.
Our parents are from Congo and they were born in Congo.
My parents moved in Lugufu because they were running away from war in Congo.
It all started when they wanted to impeach the president, the Congolese president. When the villagers wanted to impeach the Congolese president, rebels went and started destroying other homes, killing people from each tribe when they realize or suspect if you are Mutusi.
Our mother was suspected of being Mutusi, which she wasn't a Mutusi, which it triggered her death behind her back. By that year, my parents sent two of her children. One was Lillian. She was 4 years old. She was sent to a preschool miles away. And the other one was Claudine. She was sent to a daycare miles away. They faced opposite direction, either to go save our sister or to escape.
Our church, Lutheran, sent a boat to Tanganyika so the boat could take my family and other people that had the same situation as us. One of our auntie left it behind.
She wanted to try to go and find Lillian. We don't know what happened to her.
Yeah.
Some said that she was dead, and some says that
she got shot.
Yeah. My parents moved to Tanzania, which was in Lugufu.
Our family started a new life when they moved to Lugufu. They didn't have anything. They had only themselves. They didn't bring things.
Lugufu was really terrible, was really like hard life to live in. Food was hard to get. Refugee camps started allowing new people. My family and other people became in danger. By that time, Mauwa and I were born in 2001. The government heard that Lugufu too was invaded by rebels who were trying to kill Mutusis. They decided to move those refugees who were in danger to Mukugwa. Mukugwa was a peaceful camp we lived in. It had so much background. It had Somali, it had Muhutu, it had Mutusi, it had like other countries in Africa background in there. We lived in Mukugwa for a lot of years and my family was happy. My dad took a test for teaching, which he passed, and my mom took a test for nursing, which she passed. We lived there a good life, a little bit a good life, because it was like peaceful.
But it was a sort of dangerous.
Yeah.
Because when it rained, the lightning, if we hit at your house will get on fire,
and
or
burn.
if we strike you,
you will die.
You will die.
Or burn. We remember hearing someone in that camp dying from the lightning.
And that person was a twin.
Yeah. Living in the camp was really hard too, because wild animals would enter in the camp. Every villager in that camp became a fear of walking outside at night, walking outside just regular in the morning or evening. It was like really scary. My parents started like talking to the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees for two of my missing sisters, Lillian and Claudine. The United Nations refugees spent like a lot of years trying to find two of my sisters.
Likely, they found one.
Yeah.
And that one was Lillian.
Yeah.
When Lillian got brought to us,
she was 14 years old, and it was July 2006 when she came back to us. I remember that day still today. We saw like 3 cars coming toward our house. It was our first time seeing a car.
Yeah, and
for me and Mauwa.
And it was a first time seeing a white person, to be honest.
Yeah. I remember our parents telling us that this is our sisters.
Something I always remember is she brought us gifts, dolls.
Yeah.
We never knew what was dolls, and we never seen a doll before. So that day was our first day seeing a doll. She
felt strange at first, but I began like to realize that she's truly my sister. Then the government started like shutting down the camp
because wild animals were getting into the camp, and the army wanted to make the camp a training school for the military.
We had to move in Duda. I remember us moving into Nduda. When we got to Nduda, my parents didn't have a place to sleep, so we had to sleep outside. We didn't have food to eat, so we slept outside for like a lot of days. We became like homeless. But my parents started like figuring a way to build a house.
We built a little tent that fit almost all of us, all of the family.
Then we started like building a house.
We went and stayed to Matabaro's place. Matabaro, she was like a sister to us. She was more than a sister, more than a friend. She was really close to us. She helped us with our situation.
Yeah.
People would say rude stuff about her.
But it never stopped us.
Negative stuff, but it never stopped us
from loving her.
Still,
today we still love her.
We still love her. There's one day
we'll see her again.
Yeah. It will probably be in heaven.
Yeah.
Or in earth.
Yeah. When my parents were going outside of the camp to find a good life, to find money to bring in, the risk that could happen if you go outside of the camp is you could get killed by bandit, or you could, if the police catch you, they would put you in jail for many days, and they would take up your stuff. And if the police catch you, they would take you and put you in the same cage as the lion.
Yeah.
The wild lions. So my parents, when they got caught by police one day, they stayed in jail like for a lot of days. Matabaro was looking over me and Mauwa when my parents was in jail. I remember Mauwa and I crying to Matabaro, asking about our parents, like when is our parents gonna come back.
We used to tell him, I want my parents back now, today.
We would like spend hours crying. The camp that we lived in, we did not like it because bandits started like getting into people's house, killing people. Rape was common, and also outside of the camp, and thieves too. Yeah, people were stealing like food and other things to help themselves survive. Yeah, the police was against market sales, and the police wasn't able to provide a better protection for us.
Or better food that we can eat.
Yeah, So when people started selling at market sale, the police would come and start shooting at the people. Mauwa and I went to the marketplace with our mother. The police came out of nowhere and started shooting at people.
At people.
I remember the police putting this kid that we once grew up knowing in a refugee camp in Duda as an example.
Yeah, I know. I still remember that kid. That kid was someone we used to play with.
Because running away from the police and the thing, it was like really sad for day.
Yeah. He took the kid and shot him as an example.
Yeah.
I remember that day, me and Senga getting separated, running away from the gunshot.
We froze.
Because we didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Our mother was like, run. People around us told us to run.
But me and I started like looking at the police, was watching the police shooting at people. I remember seeing someone bleeding to death, and
the police was like, what are you looking at?
Yeah, it was the first time for our life to see someone die in our face and seeing someone bleeding to death. Yeah, I remember that day I ran to a stranger house.
Yeah, when people start saying run, run, me and Senga got splitted up. I ran to a stranger's house, and I realized that in the stranger's house they had a lot of people who were hiding.
When the gunshot was clear, no gunshot, no noise for gunshot, then I came out, then I walked back home, like running back home, feeling scared.
Our mother was really worried
and
about
our siblings, they started like telling us to never go near the market sale, but that didn't stop us.
We kept on going and going.
There's one day
our mother told us something important. She told us, whenever you hear a gunshot, you have to run. You have to run.
Yeah.
If someone stops you with a gun, if it's a police,
you have to stop.
You have to stop.
Because they're gonna shoot you.
If you run, they will shoot you.
Yeah.
If you stayed in one place and raise your hands up high, don't put it in the pocket, you'll be safe.
Yeah. I remember seeing the police arriving at market sale. The owner was selling oranges and other vegetables. Then the police came and throw down everything that on the floor, which we had a red floor, a red ground.
We had the red dirt.
Red dirt. Yeah. So the police threw everything on the floor and took the owner and started like whipping the owner. Yeah, we were like 6 years old. We didn't understand what was happening to that refugee camp. We were very upset that day. I remember me and you running home because we were scared of seeing the police.
We tried to ask our mother what is going on in this world. While knowing something about death, we start knowing that life is short.
Yeah,
and about death.
Yeah, and
in a low age.
Yeah, and
our parents wanted to stop that.
Yeah, and also we started believing that tomorrow we're not gonna exist. Yeah, because when we're in that situation, we saw like people getting shot in front of our eyes. We started like thinking that we're never gonna exist tomorrow, and we started thinking about when are we gonna die yet. Yeah, we started like questioning ourselves, questioning about our life. Why are these happening?
Why are people this wicked?
Yeah.
Like
then the police was showing up to our house once a week, like getting out. One day they showed up, then they told all of us to go outside. That day I was outside with my mother.
I remember
and
that day as yesterday.
yeah,
It all started when the police announced everybody should be asleep before 8 p.m.
yeah. So my mother and I were outside. My mother was cooking cassava, and
Was
I was
pounding the cassava.
pounding the cassava. When I saw the police in front of me, then I started running. When I heard the footstep and when I saw the police, then I started running to the door, started pushing them, telling and crying to my parents, let me in, because at that day, I started thinking that tomorrow I'm not gonna exist. I remember the other days seeing a kid my age getting shot by the police.
Yeah.
And that day I was like very scared to death because I thought that I'm not gonna exist anymore.
From that day, me and you start being afraid of the police, everything.
Yeah. Everyone. Yeah.
Whenever
like
I
strangers,
see,
especially.
yeah, strangers. The police came by and told our family
to get outside,
to come outside and
lay on
the floor.
Then the police took the whipping thing and started
beating them and hitting.
Whipping everyone in my family.
Our whole family start having marks on
scars,
scars
like places. It was
on their back. Yeah, we begged, me and Senga begged the police to stop that or to not hit us because we was just infants.
We were like 6 years old.
We were
like at that age, seeing all those things, it was like really unbelievable.
While we was in the camp,
we didn't go to school.
They had thieves stealing. In the camp,
killing was going around. It was very common. Yeah, I remember a neighbor of us got killed. Our neighbor didn't do anything to that police. The police just started beating that neighbor up.
Yeah, and I remember our other neighbor being taken to jail for something that he had not committed.
It was like really sad for a day to remember.
Till that day, me and you, we became runners.
Yeah, we started like running away, strangers, people that I don't know.
Yeah. If
we
I
would
don't
run
know
away.
you,
Even they say hi, we would just walk away, run away. A lot of killing was going on around, and also a lot of twins was in danger.
Mostly people thought that
it's like witchcraft.
Yeah, it's something like something bad or voodoo. We start having depression. Then Matabaro start telling us if something wrong with us, just to feel free and tell her the truth.
Yeah. She started like asking how are we doing
with
like
our
every
health.
day. If a friend of us died from the gunshot, we would cry, and Matabaro would tell us everything's gonna be all right. We never been so close to someone than we were with Matabaro.
Yeah. When we moved to Kanembwa, the kids from Kanembwa started bullying us.
Yeah.
Because of our background.
And also they were laughing at us that we couldn't go to school. And my parents couldn't afford the education for us.
And the way we were dressing, we were dressed in rags. We had only 2 clothing, like 4 clothing. One for today and the other for tomorrow. So
yeah, we didn't have a dress to wear in special occasions. They were laughing at us, calling us like
names,
trash names. Yeah. One day our mother took us to the school to ask for how much is the price to get involved in the school. Then
our mother wanted us to increase our education.
But we ended up not getting into that school. Then, yeah, it was like really upsetting living in Kanembwa because, and also we didn't have food to eat. We would eat dinner. Like every time I wouldn't eat breakfast, no lunch, only dinner.
Yeah.
And if you don't have money today, you're not gonna eat anything tomorrow.
We became farmers. We start growing things. The things that we grew, that's where we got money. Then we start buying. Our parents start buying chickens, just chickens that will lay eggs, and the egg will be hatched into another chicken. Me and Senga, whenever we're sick, we was young, we didn't know that our parents were going through this and that. Every time we're sick, or we're just a little bit sick of just a cough, we'll pretend that we're really sick, that we want to eat, have food, something. We want to eat rice and chicken. We will cry to our mother and our father that we want to eat those kind of food.
Yeah.
They would send my brother to go and cut the chicken's head and try to cook it.
Yeah. Living in Kanembwa, it was sometimes a good life experience, but sometimes a bad life experience because there were times we had to go in the forest to find food.
We would hunt a bird with one of those
thingy, and also we would try to go find the food that, like fruit that was left in the forest that belonged to the people who used to live in that camp.
Me and Senga will get bullied a lot because of our background. They didn't understand, but sometimes we will go and cry to our mother or our older sister. But we mostly, the person we used to cry on was our mother.
I remember she went to talk to the parents of those people who were bullying us. Then the parents didn't care. The parents started insulting our mother. It was like really sad day for us seeing our mother get insulted. Then we started like thinking to ourselves, if we get bullied, we're not gonna tell our mother because we don't want like people to see us that we don't have strength to fight for our own battle.
Every Saturday, I remember that me and my oldest sister will go to the forest finding fruits.
Find fruit.
My favorite fruit was
mango.
Mine
was mango,
banana. No, the mango part we will go with our oldest sister. The banana part will go with our father. Yeah, because he knew where the banana tree was. I remember we all took this one field trip into the forest.
All of us, all our family.
To find the avocado tree. People thought that the forest was a really dangerous place.
Yeah, because the grave was in the forest. If you point at the grave, you would stuck there forever. That's what's going around. It was scary for us, me and Mauwa. Like looking at the grave, still we're scared at looking at the grave.
I always feel afraid to myself to go into a funeral, like to go into a funeral and see a person who had died, because
it reminds
us of what we have been through.
Yeah. It also reminds me of the kid who lived near us, died from a headache. A headache in America, if they give you a little medicine, only one, you'll survive. It would get away, but she struggled with that headache like for a week, then end up being dead. life where we lived, it was like really hard for us. Yeah, and without Matabaro, it became like so challenging.
New people from the camp came.
They wanted to
and they wanted to speak
Swahili.
Swahili. We thought we start talking to them in Swahili. They start teaching us Kirundi.
So we all like became friends to one another because we had the same thing going on to each other's life. We all was running away from our original country because of the war.
In Duda, the most disappointing part and the most scaring part is innocent people getting killed. A funny memory I always remember in Duta is me. Me stealing bricks.
Yeah, I remember that day. I remember you telling me, run home, call dad.
Call dad, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that day. The common thing that could happen to a child was you would get cut off, they would cut your hand for stealing, or they would like try to cut your leg in that camp. They didn't have like a heart for a child, the cops. And I remember calling dad. Dad came with running. When I told him Mauwa was cut by the police and Mauwa was gonna get into jail, then my dad came. In Africa, if you're young, they didn't care. They could put you in jail too. So my dad came and running fast. Then my dad went and begged the police, please let my daughter go. And she's just young. She doesn't know what she's doing.
My dad told the police that bricks were meant for the kitchen.
Yeah.
They were meant to build the kitchen because we needed a kitchen. So my oldest sister will cook.
One of my brother had an eye vision problem, so my mom started like trying to find a way to find the plant that would help him. It took like a lot of weeks and months to find it. Then they finally found the plant, which helped his eyes see better.
Our mother was a village doctor. I remember her taking us into the woods with her for a journey, teaching us every kind of plant that is a medicine. Yeah, I remember all of us getting chased by the bees. I still remember the girl that we wanted to bring the plant.
She's still with us today in
America.
Same state.
Same state.
But struggling like in Africa, it's like it helped us like be the person that we are today. And also I remember in Duda hearing that a friend of my brother went to the forest and never came back.
Yeah. Thing I always love about our mother is she cherished us. She taught us a lot of things. Some other things we learned through life, like she taught us different plants that were used for medicine. Every time that she goes to help someone, she would come with us. She would take me and Senga as her sidekick. Because we didn't have
any friend. Our name was called that we're going to America. It was our very first time like getting into like a very beautiful big bust.
Yeah.
Very first time.
It was so beautiful.
And it was our very first time to dress very beautiful.
And our first
go
time
to America.
Going on a plane.
Yeah, it was our first time going on a plane. I remember telling Mom, look down. My mom was like, no, do not look down. Do not look down. She started like covering my eyes. Then I was like, oh, look down, look down.
I didn't like the
was
little
beautiful.
private jet that we took because every time we go this, we all go like this. Every time we go this way, then we all turn. So
Yeah, it was like a really scary like moment for our parents looking down.
Yeah.
But it wasn't for us because
Yeah.
and it was our first time like looking down. By that time we was not afraid of height.
yeah.
So it was our first time
Yeah, we was really
not afraid of height.
we
yeah.
wasn't afraid of height. We was surprised meeting different faces.
Remember we went to Kenya?
Yeah.
Our first time in Kenya.
And our
The
first,
food, though.
the food, the hotel,
Yeah.
the bathroom was so different.
Yeah, everything.
I
was
didn't
so
know how
nice.
to
It was
use
our
the
first-
bathroom.
Yeah, also it was our first time like sleeping in a like very clean place and dressing very clean.
Yeah, we looked like bosses.
yeah, yeah. I still can remember by now that
Yeah.
day. Yeah, and I remember. Do you remember us going to one state, arriving to that state, and asking our parents if we were there yet?
Are
Then
we
our
there
parents,
yet?
Yeah, our parents would say no, we're not there yet.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
start
they would
looking
say-
around. Likely,
Yeah,
we wasn't the only one who was acting a little bit village girls.
Yeah.
We had this child along.
Yeah.
Who was like, who are those people walking? Why are they looking like this?
Yeah, she
This
was
is
thinking
yeah.
they were dolls.
Yeah, those.
Yeah.
Because they were all wearing makeup and different faces and filter.
Yeah.
So he thought that they were dolls.
Yeah.
Real life dolls.
And she and he
walking.
started like doing the hi,
Hi.
thing.
Hi.
Yeah. Then they would say hi to back to
yeah,
him.
he would tell his mother, look, mama, look at those dolls. It's waving back. Wait again. Look.
It was like really funny. I remember like arriving to America, our parents telling us, people
That
telling us
child
this is
spoke-
America, yeah.
The place where we were staying, there was
So many
language. Like you can learn any language that you like. Like in order to communicate with someone, is to speak that language they know the best.
Everyone was able to speak like multiple languages in that camp. Yeah. In that camp, Kanembwa, I remember we was doing my older sister's chore.
Yeah, I remember me and Senga.
We was fetching water.
We was doing every chores that our older sister that she had to do.
Yeah.
But we were doing it by secret. We didn't want our mother to find out.
Yeah, because she would go and yell at
our older sister.
But we were on. I believe that we were only doing it because
To help her.
Yeah, to help her.
Yeah,
we didn't do like things that kids our age were doing. We ended up
didn't
like
go and play outside. When me and Senga played, we played cooking.
Yeah.
We would play with the real fire.
in real food.
Yeah.
And then I ended up getting a scar.
Yeah.
In Duda from the
I
fire.
got a scar for my leg. Yeah, from playing with fire. I realized that playing with fire is not something good.
Yeah, but we
Actually,
didn't like stop playing with fire.
We didn't stop playing with fire because from then we realized the way of controlling fire. So we start cooking, pretending that we are cooking. That's how us Africans, we learn how to cook. We start cooking in a
Small age, yeah.
small area, playing cooking. We use the real food,
And real fire.
real fire, and
Yeah.
real oil.
We would go and take those plant food that my
We will
mom
go
was
and-
planting on the
Yeah,
garden.
we'll go and
Yeah.
steal plants from our
Mother was like
garden.
getting upset because that food we're gonna eat like at night. and we was ruining it.
Yeah, but we didn't listen. But our mother,
she understood.
That's why
we
she started planting a lot of food. But the thing that why we didn't want to go into our own garden is because the grass was high. In Africa, anywhere, if you see high grass,
that means there's snake. There's chances that snake might be in there.
Yeah. God is always with us. I once found a snake into
our house
under the sheets of the
bed that me and Mauwa were living, which was very scary.
I would have went and slept on the bed,
it would have bitten us and killed us.
Yeah, which is snake that are from Africa, Tanzania.
Was very poisonous.
They are very poisonous snake.
Yeah, living that life in the camp, it helped us like be the strong person we are today. Imagine like living that suffering and having this opportunity to tell our story. And having a chance to come to America. I spent my life in Kanembwa feeling like upset
and hopeless.
Hopeless, thinking that like being against life. By that time I was like happy by that time because I spent my life like knowing that my siblings were there for me and my siblings were my true friend and my mother was my true friend.
Senga, do you miss us all playing as a family? Like we will play with our siblings this game like
they would tell us like tales that isn't true, like scary ones.
You remember the lion? The lion was in the middle. So if the lion tag you while crossing the border, you're out. You're out. Like And
also we would play hiding and seek.
The hiding and seek that we play, it's called Kombolela.
Kombolela,
with our siblings, our brothers,
they were good
all
at
the
hiding.
I remember those memories.
And also we played jump rope. And also I remember our sister would sing to us a song. Like they would tell us stories. Scary stories, and some are happy story. Life in Kanembwa, like having my siblings as my best friend, it was like a really very good life. I was like happy that I got a chance to build up friendship with my siblings.
The only reason actually me and you joined the choir, even
because we had candy.
No, not because they had candy. We wanted to support our older sister.
She was the choir teacher. She was a choir like leader. So we wanted to support her. So we joined the choir.
Even we had the
terrible voice. And also we was very loud.
We was very loud and deep.
So do you remember the song that was playing like a lot when we was arriving to America? Was Rihanna. Rum pa pa pa, rum pa pa pa. Men down, mama. I just shut a man down. It was playing along. My parents but we still didn't remember. They loved the song.
But we didn't know the meaning
of it.
we didn't know who sang that till we became in America. When we came in America, we realized that it's Rihanna.
And it was like really amazing. That song we can still remember the like how we got into the America and how like everything that we saw like when we first arrived in America and when we first stopped in the airport. I remember my aunt coming to us, hugging us, telling us we arrived to Vermont. We lived to her house like Winusi. Then we got a chance to have our own house in Burlington. We moved to Burlington. Yeah, life was good in Burlington. When we moved to Burlington, we moved to another house. We started school at H.O. Wheeler.
When we started school,
we started running away from people.
We started running away exactly from teachers.
From teachers and everyone. Like
our
every
parents
strangers.
told us that they are not going to hurt us. They are just helping us with our education, free education.
Yeah.
Our mother told us to not be afraid. These are America school, they don't hit children like Africa.
Yeah, and they told us when we was getting bullied in that school,
we used to get bullied every day.
Like every day. We would like get laughed by other people. I remember
because of our accent.
Yeah, and I remember getting hit with a stop sign with one student and one student pushing me. I was like, I couldn't speak English. That's why I wasn't able to defend myself.
Wait, so we started getting bullied.
Yeah.
In Choila. The surprising thing is this student who spoke good English started laughing at us. So she went and beat Senga at her head with a stop sign. Then we all got called in the office. It wasn't fair. We didn't know any English.
Yeah,
we didn't know English. So we didn't know what to say to the principal and what to say to the translator. Whenever we talk with the translator,
we was near to get kicked out of the school.
No, and we got suspended. We got suspended to something we didn't even do.
Yeah, and also we started like feeling scared of going to school. We started like wanting to not go to school anymore.
I remember telling my dad, no, I don't want to go to school, not today.
Yeah, and our dad understood that we were getting bullied. We would tell our dad that we don't like going there because we were getting bullied. Our dad spoke a little English. He was the only one who spoke a little English, so he went.
Yeah, our dad was about to remove us
in that school to try and find another school.
But I remember tears coming out of
like
all of us. We started crying. I started crying. Then I made you guys cry.
Yeah.
Then you guys start saying, Mauwa, wipe your tears. Mauwa, wipe your tears.
I started like crying at the principal's office. When the principal started saying that they're gonna give us suspended, I started crying because I thought that they're gonna not let us to go to school anymore.
Because our parents
grew up not going to school.
We grew up. We started finding out that education is really important. Then being told you are suspended, it was like you are kicked out of the school.
We started like telling our dad to find another school,
to do research for another school that we can go in and be accepted for who we are.
Yeah, but
kids bullied us because of our background and the way we dressed. If we wear something
that related to our culture,
our shoes or our culture thing, they would start laughing at us.
And they started pushing me. Like, I remember getting pushed by one of them. Yeah, I felt like really upset, getting bullied, getting insulted in my language. They knew like insulting words in my language, so they were like insulting us in some part of our language.
I don't know how they knew that.
And they ended up accusing us of calling them dog.
How can we call someone a dog and we don't even know English?
I remember we ran away from the school. Then they found us. Then they put us back inside. Yeah, but going through that thing, it was like really struggling moment for us. So we lived near Boys Girls Club. We started seeing those kids coming outside, playing outside. we wanted to play with them. Yeah, but our parents, it was hard for our parents to take us to Boys Girls Club because they worked two jobs. They worked, so they couldn't like have time to come take us back. When we ended up going in 6th grade, we started going to Boys Girls Club. When I entered Boys Girls Club, I never ran away. That's what I like about there. I never gotten bullied there. They accepted me for who I was and who I am.
The Boys and Girls Club, it was a perfect place. Like, there wasn't bullying people. They only bully people at school.
Yeah.
Because at school, if you don't know an answer, they'll just laugh at you.
Do you remember in middle school that we went to Edmond?
Yes.
Yeah, we started like running away from that school too, because there was this kid who was bullying us. He was like calling us Congolese monkey.
He called us Congolese monkey.
He told us to go back to our country.
Go back to Congo.
Yeah,
go back to Africa.
Yeah, when he said that word, it really like touched me. I remember crying that day, going to tell Tumba, and Tumba even cried that day. By that time, we knew that if we go back to, like in that refugee camp where we stayed, and there was shooting going on,
we felt like we're not like welcomed.
Yeah,
when he told us, go back to your country, you Congolese monkey, is like he's sending us into a dangerous place where we escape. Where our life was taken. Like, a lot of our aunties and uncles were killed over there just to prepare a meal for their family.
Yeah. When he told us that, we started like feeling like really upset.
I
remember telling our dad went to talk to the principal. The principal didn't do anything about
even the PE teacher.
I remember telling the PE teacher, the only person who cared a lot was this woman. She was like black, so she understood like how we feel.
Yeah, we was hurt when he called us Congolese monkey, go back to the country where you're from.
No one stood up for me, like telling that guy what he's saying is very wrong. We remember going to sit to one table, then they all stood up and went to sit to another table.
Yeah, they decided to bring us some counselors that will talk to us.
Because it was really hard for us.
Because we started getting depression, like
feeling like really upset, like about life, and stuff. Like a lot of nights we would cry in the dream. Our parents started like started like worrying about us. Then we ended up having counseling. But the only thing that worked was attending the Boys Girls Club. Because I had more friends.
I had fun.
I had more friends. Yeah, everyone because there was like friends to us. They liked how we dressed and how we talk, how we danced. Remember when they were laughing about how we talked? We used to think in a negative way. Then we realized that they were laughing in a positive way. And we used
that
to
way we talk,
sing and dance. They liked our dance.
We talk the same time, the same voice.
Yeah, it was
when
like,
we try to dance, we copy each other's dance. We started going on field trip places we didn't know. We never know that they exist.
Yeah, they ended up like taking us on field trip. Our favorite one was Pizza Park.
Pizza Park, and still our favorite one. You know? We never knew that those places actually existed.
Yeah, that kid who was calling us Congolese monkey and those words, probably he has like, he's going through like terrible stuff, and probably he's just saying that because he's jealous. You can remember
just
his
stay
face.
You. Stay you. Don't ever change. Just be you. Don't, whatever someone's saying something bad about you, he's jealous that he didn't have that chance to experience
Your life.
your life that you have been through. You have an history that he doesn't.
Going through these terrible things, I realized that I should give people an opportunity to hear their story and them to hear my story, because that's how we bring people together, by sharing each other's story and by hearing each other's story. The first word I remember writing was my name, and the other one was
My name.
because.
Because was my first long word.
Because.
I was my first
Yeah.
one. Ken.
Joé, Joé, lai, lai, la, comatita,